Hello, I'm Rachel Richardson. Welcome to my channel. I've been sitting out here in my meditation garden. I'll show you a little peek of it behind me here. And it occurred to me that as long as I'm meditating, I should meditate with you. I've been sort of thinking hard about solitary healing, solitary growth, and at what point do we turn the results of that healing outward and begin to serve outside of ourselves. I've spent the last year turning inward in a very profound way, spending a lot of time out here in my meditation garden and in my yard and in parks and nature conservancies around the area, just finding Mother Earth to be very comforting and nurturing. And I also find myself ready and excited at the prospect of serving. I've had a few opportunities lately to be with people on important days in their lives, bittersweet days, being with them in sort of like a supportive capacity. I've been helping people clear out their physical space so that they have room in their psychic space. A lot of times when we're in a room that might feel cluttered or overwhelming, we might look around at the piles of things or the unsettled objects and get caught up in how we should be doing something with them or that there's something wrong with them. So what I liked to do, or something that I'm good at, is to help people reorganize their space, maybe purge items that they don't need or use, resituate things in such a way that they are maybe more functional spaces. My house is pretty well done. I've cleaned out as much as I think, I don't know, maybe I'll find some corners, but I've pretty much cleaned out as much of it as I think I can at this moment. So I've moved on to other places, which I think is another, sort of like a metaphor for what I just said before about spending this time, in hermit mode, sort of clearing out my inner spaces and then being able to help other people with their inner spaces. So here we are on a Thursday afternoon. And I just think I know it's time for me right now to ground into just this present moment and accept the circumstances around me as they are, seeing what I can change and what I cannot. And I'm just going to take some deep breaths and knowing that in this moment I am safe and that I am surrounded by and cultivating peace. And the more time I spend cultivating that peace on the inside, the more likely I will be to receive it, cultivate it on the outside, in outer circumstances, in circumstances that involve people other than the ones that live inside of my mind. I had a conversation the other day with my therapist about how fascinating the human mind is, in that we can watch our own thoughts. And it's like if we are watching some other thing, but we are both. We are the thoughts and we are the person. We are the mind analyzing the thoughts. And to me, that is just, whew. I spend a lot of time on that one. But what my therapist urged me to consider is that thoughts are just thoughts, and thoughts and beliefs are different. And that if the one of me who is watching the thoughts can recognize that some of those thoughts have become beliefs that are not necessarily true, and if the one of me who is watching the thoughts can say, that doesn't have to be a belief, that's just a thought, then that's where skillful and masterful mindfulness, I guess, to use a word that is really used a lot these days, but I think that might apply there. Yeah, and that's the goal, right? So I just take a few more breaths here, and again, the awareness of my safety, the awareness of my peace. And I know that no matter what I encounter in the world today, I know I'm capable of cultivating this peace. And so I can bring this peace with me to whatever scenario might cross my path. And I will do my very best to cultivate that very thing. So, when you're ready, you can always open your eyes if they were closed. I realized just now that mine were for almost that whole video. That's how we do. So, if you haven't already, I'd love it for you to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, help me spread the word a little or a lot. I want to turn this past, well, really lifetime of healing, my own. I would love the opportunity to turn it outward and to help others. So you can find it here. I will see you next time.